All right, hello YouTube. This is Jason. This is Lantern Year number 7 settlement phase. If you watched the previous video, you saw me get completely wiped out by the harvester, and then having my one survivor get killed by the level 1 white lion. So now we're back to the settlement phase. I have no returning survivors, but again, we start here setting up the settlement, which I did. Survivors return. There are none. Gain endeavors. I only get 1 or 2 endeavors from the individual that got killed. I think it was Adam. It got killed during the Showdown phase because the other 3 got killed during the Harvester event, and it states that you don't get endeavors from the Harvester event. So lucky me. And now we're back in the settlement phase. I'll move those as if they were my survivors. And now we get to draw a settlement event. So let's see what happens this settlement year. The way this campaign's been going, I don't expect anything good, but maybe it's better if the settlement gets put out of its misery. I think even if I do survive, it's going to be a tough going when I come up to either the Kingsman or another hand encounter, let alone trying to survive the hunt phase. Alright, so we'll roll, and I will pull the 4th settlement from the deck. So here's a settlement event, and it is Glossolalia. So let me read this for you. It says, the settlement calls out to the returning survivors, which there are none, in a chorus of unknown tongues. Each survivor in the settlement begins to speak in their own incomprehensible language, until all the sounds of the settlement are replaced with a never-ending babble. Nominate 1 survivor. Well, it's not going to be any of the returning survivors because I have none. So we're going to nominate, let's see, Zeus and Odin are dead, Shiva. We're going to nominate Muse. Why not? So Muse is going to roll on the chart. It is a 4. And 4 through 7 says, the wave of madness passes for some, but not for all. The nominated survivor gains the endless babble impairment. Okay, so she has endless babble. Got it? When you depart, departing survivors gain an insanity you may not encourage. Got it. The lingering effects are no science endeavors, no education endeavors, I don't have pictographs, and I can deep listen. Without language to distract them, the settlement learns to time their movements to the beating of their hearts. Departing survivors gain +1 movement. Endeavor here once per settlement phase. +1 in place of an endeavor. I think I'm going to have to try to get intimacy so I can bump up my population. Okay, well, we won't do that, but somebody has endless babble, which is good and bad, mostly bad. The other event on here is Phoenix Feather. So Phoenix Feather states, the skies bubble and murmur as a dark presence tears through the atmosphere like a negative lightning bolt, sucking the air and energy from all who gaze upon it. A light rain begins. The survivors turn their eye up to see a huge, iridescent feather slowly floating towards the ground. Their lantern lights reflect strange rainbows off the twisting feather. A primal fear takes root in the settlement. You may now hunt the phoenix, add it to the quarry list on the settlement record sheet, nominate a single survivor to speak. They gain +1 courage and break the silence. Well, it's not going to be the endless babble girl. I guess we'll have Valkyrie do it. So Valkyrie gets +1 courage. Okay. And break the silence. So here we go. We'll roll on the break the silence chart. It's a 7. And 6 through 10 states, the survivor examines the fallen feather and exclaims that the feather is the most beautiful and dangerous thing they have ever laid eyes on. Each color runs perfectly into another, and gazing upon it imparts a strange sense of longing. They are convinced that there has never been something so perfect in the world. The survivor greedily hides the feather from the others. They gain the crazed fighting art and the hoarder disorder. Well, this is not a good thing. Crazed and Hoarder. Okay? And +1 courage from Stashing the Feather. Well, that's, now she's got +2 courage, starting off with. Crazed is not so bad. It's a fighting art, but a Hoarder is bad. Returning survivors, there are none, get +2 insanity. Okay, so that's that. Moving on to update the death count. So 4 people died. So we're down to 5 population. Okay, so Zeus died from the Harvester. Odin died from the Harvester. Adam died from White Lion, level 1. And who was the other person that died? Bathsheba. She died from the Harvester. Okay. So the death count is updated. Check the milestone story events. None. Develop, we have 2. We're going to go ahead and we are going to augury with both of them, hoping to get intimacy. So who's going to augury? We're going to let... we do have Thundar, who's got -2 permanent movement. And we have Perseus, who has nothing wrong with him. We're going to have Perseus do that. He has 1 understanding already. So Perseus auguries from the organ grinder. So here we go. That's an 8. That is intimacy. So we don't have a lot of population to choose from here. Let's see who we have. So we got Valkyrie, Muse. Oh, we got a Savior, which we'll probably take out next time. We have Thundar and another unnamed character. So we're going to name the unnamed character Petska. And we'll name the special female Mary. Okay. So we're going to have Petska and Mary be the people who try to reproduce. Let's turn to the intimacy story event. And 2 dice because I have Protect the Young. A 10 and an 8. Well, a 10 gets us another Savior, but we can only have 1. So the settlement celebrates a twice fortune event. A pair of newborn survivors is born and enters into the world. So we'll take the twins. Probably fortunate that we have a Savior already. So I'm going to make that. I have 1, 2, 3 males and 1, 2, 3 females. I'm going to make a female male. And +1 understanding for Graves. And they were born in Lantern year 7. Okay. Got it. So that was a good use of an endeavor. We're up to 7 population now. And we're going to have Perseus augury again. A 7, which just gives him a survival. Our survival limit for our village is 4, but with these we get 1, 2, 3. Departing survivors get 3, so we're usually at max survival every time we leave. So getting survival is kind of a waste of the roll. Okay, well that's everything we've got. Develop, prepare departing survivors. I will go ahead and pause right now, and I will off camera decide who I'm going to take on the hunt. I think we're going to hunt the level 1 white lion again, and we'll see where that gets us. All right, be right back. All right, welcome back. I set up the hunt board just to let you know we had departing survivors. So let me zoom you over here, and I'll show you that I created. Well, I took out Muse, and so Muse has Endless Babble. And if you look up here, I took out Perseus. So Perseus just has a bone axe, but he does have 3 hunt experience. He's already has a proficiency of axe. You've got Mary over here. So Mary is the red savior. So I will read Birth of a Savior here in a second so we don't miss anything. And here at the bottom with the bandages, a bow, a bone blade just because, a white lion coat, white lion helm. You've got Anubis, nothing special with Anubis, just a regular survivor going out. So we are taking out the red savior. So let me read Birth of a Savior to you. The newborn vanishes from the loving arms of the settlement for a fraction of a second. In that second, it spends a lifetime in the domain of the ethereal dreamer and returns with a dream. Choose one. Dream of the Beast is what I chose. The newborn savior gains 1 permanent red affinity plus 1 permanent strength in the following abilities. Keratosis. Before making an attack roll, you may declare Keratosis X in a loud booming voice. If you do, the attack gains X automatic hits. X cannot be more than your total red affinities. Well, right now she only has 1 red affinity. Oh no, 2 red affinities. And then when you trigger age 2, gain Beast of Keratosis. In the aftermath, gain an additional hunt experience. You may not wear other gear. If you trigger the White Secret Story event, you cease to exist. When you retire, you cease to exist. So she won't die, she'll just cease to exist. Okay. And that is that. So we'll go back to the hunt phase with the white lion for lantern year number 7. And just a second while I look something up real quick. Okay. With that being said, we can go ahead and begin. And I believe we're going to have, it's a white lion event. Who has the most of anything? Doesn't really matter. We're going to make it Muse. So Muse is going to reveal this event. And it ends up being marked territory. Let me read that to you. The white lion has marked the area. If any survivor has 3+ understanding, which none of my survivors do. The area, we realize it's covered in ammonia, and we get the ammonia innovation. Wish I would have had that. Roll a random hunt event. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's hope we don't roll Harvester. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Be the way this campaign's going for me. Red first. 58. All right, turning to 58. Scent on the wind. A strong wind blows, bringing with it the sense of distant places and things. The event revealer rolls a d10. Okay. So that would be a 5. The monster catches your scent. It moves 1 space closer. That's not so bad. And that's it. Okay, so we'll move forward. And the event revealer becomes Anubis. Anubis gets Scratching Grounds. Alright, claw marks scar the ground. The survivor may choose to investigate. Each survivor that investigates gets a +1 courage and rolls on the table. Well, I always do this, so everyone's going to get a +1 courage because everyone's going to investigate. So everyone picks up a courage. And we'll go around. We'll start with Anubis, and then we'll go to Mary, Perseus, and Muse. So Anubis first. Oops. It's a 7. Nothing happens. Okay. Mary. 2. Shifting through the rubble. Shifting stone. crushes your survivor's hand. The survivor suffers 1 event damage to the arm location. Okay? It's okay if that's the worst that actually happens on a low roll. A 3, same thing. It's a light injury on Perseus. And finally, 6, nothing. I guess the best we could have done was get a Lion Claw. And that's that. The next move takes us with the White Lion. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video once more, and we'll set up the showdown for the White Lion. I'll be right back. And we are back with the showdown with the White Lion. We've gone ahead and set it up. Just to let you know, we had 3 stone noses out, so I gave everybody their insanity. We're at max survival. I also drew a survivor corpse, which is here. Actually, it's got to be here. It's got to be 6 spaces away. Okay. And so we have a survivor corpse out there. We have stone columns, which I put way to the right. And the tall grass, which comes with the lion's setup. Okay. So really, we've seen this fight over and over and over again. So we'll go ahead and start. The monster controller is Mary, who's our red savior. And we'll see what the lion gets. So the lion gets Combo Claw. So there's Combo Claw. It says pick a target. Closest threat facing in range. We'll have it be Mary, the savior. And with choosing herself, she's going to get an insanity. So she's up to 3. So it makes her clinically insane. Move and attack the target. It's 2 speed. It's a 4+ to hit. She's in the grass. That makes it a 6+. 7+ 8+ because she's got 2 evasion from equipment. So it's an 8+ to hit. That's 2 misses on her. So at the bottom it says, if this attack deals damage more than once, draw another AI card. It didn't even do damage even once. So that's the end of the White Lion's turn. We are going to go ahead and I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Olympus is going to use the cat eye circlet so that we can take a look at the top 3 hit location cards. A fuzzy groin, we'll do that last. We'll do beast brow last. And then beast ear, the lion jumps away. So we'll do that last. Okay, so fuzzy groin first, beast brow, and then beast ear. And that's the way we're going to put it on the hit location deck. We're going to go ahead and go around. So our savior goes behind. She does have a axe, so she's going to use the axe. It's just a regular straight up hit. 6+, 5+ because of the blind spot. 2 misses. And the same thing with Muse. Muse is going to come around. She does have Bone Blade, so it's a 5+ to hit. So there's 1 hit, 2 hits. We already know what these locations are, so we'll do Fuzzy Groin first, and then Beast Brow. It's a Strength 2 weapon, and Lion's got a Toughness 8. We need a 6 to wound on the Fuzzy Groin. That is a 9, very close to critting, but it did not crit. So there's your first wound for the lion. And here's the second one. It is a 4. That is a failure, so the wound reaction doesn't take place. And now we're going to have Perseus come up. He does have an axe also. It is a 6 to hit from the side. So that's 1 hit. We also know what card this is. It's the Beast's Ear. There is a failure reaction. So we're going to need a 5 to wound. That does not wound, so there's a failure. The White Lion jumps back. Oh, great. Alright. Without turning, move the monster 1 space directly away from the attacker. Oh, 1 space directly away from the attacker. I'm sorry. My mistake. Okay. And that's what he does. So that's the end of our turn. Monster controller does go to Perseus now. And we'll draw an AI card for the White Lion. It says Power SWAT. So the closest threat facing in range. So here's the facing, closest threat facing in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's going to knock over Perseus. I think Perseus is going to dash out of the way. So we'll go ahead and use a survival and dash him out of the way so he doesn't fall down. Done. And it is going to attack Olympus. So, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll leave Perseus there. So when the monster target's facing, which is going to be Olympus, Olympus is going to go 1, 2, and dash over here. So we'll use a survival for Olympus, and the white line will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if that makes sense. Okay, and with that, that ends the white line's turn that we moved out of the way. Just a couple ways to use survival. I could have moved the person out of the way so they didn't get run over, or I could have just dashed out of the way so I'm out of range after he picks the target. So the better way is to do what I did. Okay, so it is our turn now, and I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and search this survivor corpse and get that out of the way. So roll a d10 on this. It's a 3. Gain 2 insanity and a basic resource. 2 insanity and a basic resource. Okay, the basic resource ends up being monster bones. And 2 insanity takes Olympus up to 5. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll see what that does. Okay. We'll go ahead and go 1, 2. Get behind the monster with Perseus. Perseus is going to attack twice. He needs 5s to hit. That is 2 hits on the white lion. So I got the beast tricep and the beast back. Both have failures. One makes him run forward. The other one makes him attack. So if I fail this one and he attacks me, and then I fail this one and he runs through me, that's not going to be good. I know some people might do it the other way. I'm going to take the chance that we'll do it this way. And we'll attack that one first. So he needs a 5 to wound with the axe, and that's a failure. So he's going to run forward. 6. And that is the end of that one. We do have Mary, who's going to go 1, 2, 3, and she's going to use her headband and look at these two. So one is lick wounds. We don't want that. The other one is size up. It's just a random threat. So we'll put size up in the front, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll stop right there with her. And we will go ahead and move the monster controller to Muse. We will pull size up, which says random threat in field of view. That's everybody. So starting with Mary as a 1 and 2, all the way around to Olympus, which is going to be 7 and 8. So let's see who it is. It is a 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is Muse, who is actually the monster controller. Intimidate target. The monster stares down its prey. Turn to face the target and roll a d10. On a 4+, it is. The target suffers 1 brain damage per monster level and is knocked down. And Muse is knocked down. Okay. And that is his turn. Now I've seen this, so don't comment on this. I've seen it 2 different ways. I've seen every time your monster controller person is targeted, you get an insanity. And I've also seen people say you have to specifically target it. You can't say random. I do it every time the survivor is targeted. Not just when I pick it, but anytime they're targeted and I'm the monster controller, that's an insanity. So if you don't like that, too bad. That's the way that we play this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So with the bow, it's 2 shots. It's a 7+ to hit with a range of 6. So we're going to go ahead and have Olympus fire the bow twice. I need 7s to hit. There's 1 hit with the bow. And it's going to hit the lion in the clever ploy. Of course it does. Trap card. The attacker is caught in the white lion's ruse and is savagely mauled. The attacker is doomed. Perform basic action. Target the attacker. We're going to have it land on her. Okay, and then it does a basic attack, targeting Olympus. 2 attacks on him. A 3 and a 4, that's 2 hits. To what locations? It is the waist and the hand. So light injury to the arms and 0 armor now on the waist. And that was Olympus's turn. So we'll mix up the hit location deck. It is adequately shuffled. Do we cut it? No, we don't. We're going to have Perseus. No, we're going to have Mary encourage Muse to stand up. So does she lose the survival? She does not. Muse stands up. And now we're going to rush at this lion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 shots at the rear of the lion with Perseus. That's 2 hits on the lion, a 6 and a 9. We have the strange hand, which has a failure. He attacks back. And the other one's a failure. He moves forward. So this time we're going to do the strange hand first. It's a strength 3. I just need a 5 to wound him. That's a 7, so that wounds the strange hand. And we'll do the second attack, which is the beast back. That does it, and he runs forward. He grabs the target, and the target will suffer 1 damage to the body. So down to 1 armor on the body for Olympus. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perseus is going to look at these AI cards and see what we can do. Again, size up. And chomp. Closest threat and field of view. That's what I wanted to see. So we're going to do chomp first. So he's going to attack the closest threat. So we're going to make him choose Perseus. And Perseus will dash out of the way when it gets chosen. So he'll be here. We just need to make sure we're 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go up there. Go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're all 6 away. So we can choose anybody we want, and that's where we're going to stop. So here we go. The monster controller is Olympus. And it says chomp, closest threat in facing. Because Olympus is knocked down, he's not a threat. Closest in field of view. He'll come down here at Perseus. Perseus will dash out of the way. He only needs to dash 1. So it does use a survival of his. He's down to 3. And that's all he does. We know the next card is size up, but we're going to try to hurt the lion anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to use Cat Eye Circlet to look at the hit locations. Here they are. Failure, attack. Wound is an attack. Failure is grab. So we're going to go ahead and do the chest first, then the tricep, and then the brow. Okay. So once again, Perseus, 1, 2, 3, 4. He will attack the lion with his bone axe, needing 5s. 2 misses. Our savior's going to come around with the axe, needing 5s. You've got to be kidding me. And finally, we're going to go here, needing 6s. And I missed every single time. Okay, the monster controller is now Mary. We got size up, random target, and field of view. So it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The others are the blind spot. So it ends up being Muse. Turn to face Muse. And on a 4+, of course, now I get a 9. 1 damage per monster level and is knocked down. So 1 damage, 1 brain damage. So she's down to 1 insanity. And now it's our turn. Okay, Perseus, let's see what you can do. So Perseus is going to attack twice. That's 1 hit. The hit location is the beast's chest. So I just need a 5 to wound. Good God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And going to do a damage to Muse's body. So that's a light injury on Muse. Perseus is going to encourage Muse to stand up. She loses her survival, so down to 3. So Muse is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And attack, needing 5s to hit. 2 2s, that's misses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perseus is, or Mary's going to attack, needing 6s. That's 1 hit. And the beast tricep. That is a 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is a wound. And we'll go there and we'll take a look at his 3 hit locations. So wound, we'll do that one first. Another wound, and then a reflex at the very end. Okay. The monster controller is now Perseus. And let's see what the monster is going to do. Last survivor to wound in range. Well, that was Perseus. 2 attacks. It's a 2+, 3+, 4+ to hit Mary. I'm sorry. 4+ to hit Mary. 2 hits on Mary. It's 2 damage apiece. Let's look at these locations. The hand and the body. We're going to take the body and dodge the hand. Let's see if she loses that survival. She does not. Then it isolates the prey. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she's going to suffer grab. So another damage to the body. So that's a light injury on the body. And that is the White Lion's turn. Okay, Anubis is going to encourage Mary to stand up. And Mary's going to come around and try to attack from the rear. 2 attacks, needing 5s. 3 and a 1. 2 misses. And okay, we'll just move everybody else up. The monster controller, Perseus, and ground fighting. So ground fighting means he lays down. We don't draw another AI card until we actually wound it. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. And we'll take a look at the top 3 hit location cards. We'll put them back. And Mary's going to take a look at the top 2 AI cards. Looks like Chomp and Combo Claw, so we'll put Chomp on top so we can get rid of it. And now the monster controller is Muse. The monster doesn't do anything. And now we're going to shoot our bow. So 2 shots needing 7s. That's 1 hit. The hit location is the beast's ribs. I'm going to need a 5 to wound him. That does not wound. We're not going to do anything. The monster controller is Olympus. We're going to fire our bow again. That's another hit. That is a critical wound on the lion. The white lion's vision is impaired. The white lion gains -1 accuracy token. We discard this ground fighting. And the white lion's got -1 accuracy token. Okay. Percy's going to run up. 2 attacks, needing 5s. That is 2 hits. Soft Belly has no negative, and Beast Tail makes him run forward. So we're going to do Soft Belly first, needing a 5. That is a wound. And we're going to do Beast Tail. That fails, he runs forward. So we're going to run our guys forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we could have set that up better so everybody could have got a shot at the white lion. My fault. The monster controller is now Mary. Power swap. Closest threat facing, closest threat in field of view. That would be Mary. So she does get an insanity. So she's up to 4. It is 1 attack. It is a 2 + 3 + 4+ to hit. That is a hit, and she will dodge. See if she keeps her survival. She does. So that's the end of his attack. We'll come around to the back, needing 5s to hit. That's 1 hit. The beast flank. She needs a 5 to wound. That is not a wound. We'll do Perseus. He needs 6s to hit. That's 2 hits. The fleshy gut. Ooh, the beast paw. We'll do the fleshy gut first. That's a wound. And now the beast paw. That is a crit. So the critical says, your attack destroys the white lion's foot. It loses its leverage. The white lion gains -1 movement token. Excellent. Gain 1 lion claw white lion resource. Also excellent. Okay. And it's a persistent injury, broken foot. Ignore the effects of grab. Well, that's awesome. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attacking from the rear, she needs 5s. That's 1 hit. It's the beast's knee. She needs a 6 to wound. That's a crit. The white lion's knee is shattered. It twists unnaturally and shatters. The white lion gains -1 movement token. So it's down to -2 movement tokens. Okay. We've got 2 cards. Do I cut it? Yes, I do. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shooting with the bow. 7s to hit. Nothing. Alright, the monster controller is now Perseus. It's ground fighting, so he drops. So we're going to back up, which is what I should have done last time. And we're not going to do anything. The monster controller is Muse. He doesn't do anything. So we're going to shoot twice with the bow. There's 1 hit with the bow. And that hit location is trap. So he's going to stand up. 5. Discard ground fighting. Actually, we don't discard ground fighting, right? It doesn't say we discard it on trap. When the white line is wounded, discard it. So he's going to run up. He's going to attack. Do I cut the hit location deck? I do not. Okay, he's going to attack. So 2 attacks, needing a 2+ to hit. Two hits on him to the waist and the head. So he's got 1 armor left on the head, and that's a light injury to the waist. And then he flops on the ground again. So we're going to move up. We're going to move over here, and yeah, that's the end of our turn for right now. The monster controller is Olympus. Monster does nothing. Oh my god. Second, while I change the battery on this camera. If you ever wonder why there's lapses in the video, it's because sometimes the camera battery runs out because the Showdown or whatever goes too long. But I have spare batteries, so if you're going to give me a second, we'll get the video started again. Okay, I'm back. So now we're going to go ahead and do this all over again. We're going to take 2 shots, 2 hits on him. It is the beast's brow and the beast's heel. We'll do the beast's brow first. So I need a 5 to wound him. That's a 9. So that is a wound. He stands up. We discard ground fighting. Snarling, the monster swats at the attacker. The attacker suffers 1 brain damage, perform basic attack, target the attacker. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, did I mess that up last time? Because he's only got 4 movement, so he can't even get to the attacker. So the second shot needs a 5 to wound. That's a 5. That's another wound. We have 1 card left, and it is ground fighting. So that's awesome. So I tell you what we're going to do. Do we have everybody? Well, actually, the only person who needs to wound with the axe is Perseus. Because Perseus is the only one with the axe proficiency. Nobody else has a proficiency, and Perseus is already hit. So let's go ahead and try to kill him. So we're going to run up. I need 5s to hit. That's 1 hit. It's to the beast's chest. That is not. It's a failure. 1, 2, 3, 4. I ignore grab per the card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's the monster's turn. He goes into ground fighting. And we stand up. I'm going to move Olympus 1, 2, and that's all I'm going to do. The monster controller is now Perseus. The monster does nothing because of ground fighting. We come over to Muse, and Olympus is going to shoot twice with a bow. 6 and an 8, that's 1 hit. Soft belly, I need a 5 to wound. That is a 1, nothing happens. The rest of my characters are going to do nothing. We go to Olympus. As the monster controller, the monster does nothing. Olympus shoots twice. It's a 7 and a 3. That's one hit. It's the beast's ribs. It's a 1. Nothing happens. The monster controller is now Mary. Monster does nothing. Olympus shoots twice. A 5 and a 2. 2 misses. The monster controller is Perseus. The monster does nothing. Olympus shoots twice. 5 and a 1. The monster controller is now Muse. The monster does nothing. Olympus shoots twice. It's an 8. One hit. It is the trap card. He comes around. 1, 2. He's going to attack twice. He needs 2s to hit Olympus. Actually, he needs 3s to hit Olympus, which he got anyways. So 2 hits on Olympus. He's doomed. He can't do anything about this. As long as it's not 2 arms or 2 waists, we're still okay. Do I cut this at location deck? Okay, dice, you guys hate me, but... So, 2 damage to the body and the hand. So that's a heavy on the body. Oh no, that's a no more armor on the body and a heavy on the arms. And then he goes into ground fighting again. So, the monster controller is Olympus. He does nothing. We stand up at the end of the monster's turn. And I'm going to move away. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now he can't actually reach me. I should have done that to begin with. We're going to go around and be ready to attack. And that's that turn. Monster controller is Mary. The monster does nothing because of ground fighting. And we shoot with our bow. A 9 and a 6. That's 1 hit to the straining neck. I need a 5 to wound him. Oh my god, it's a 1. The monster controller is Perseus. The monster does nothing. Olympus shoots twice. It's a 9. That's 1 hit. It's the beast's heel. It's a 4. I don't wound him. The monster controller is now Muse. Monster does nothing. Olympus shoots twice. 1 and a 3. It's a miss and a miss. The monster controller is Olympus. Monster does nothing. Olympus shoots twice. It's a 5 and a 2. 2 misses. The monster controller is now Mary. Monster does nothing. Olympus shoots twice. 8 and a 7. 2 hits. One's a failure reaction, so we'll do that one first because it only stands up if I wound it. It's an 8. I finally wound this monster. So I wound it. When the white line is wounded, he's wounded, but when I wound, I take the basic action, so that's his last one. Then we discard ground fight. So it's too late. The monster dies. Whew. Good gracious. Okay, and with that, we finally have a victory. It's been a long time since I've seen a victory in this campaign, even if it was the level 1 white lion. So with victory, we get 1 hunt experience. The savior gets 2. So the savior will age. 1 weapon experience proficiency level, which is only the axe for Perseus, and the rewards for basic for white lion. So here's the 4 white lion. Great cat bone, cat eye, curious hand, and fur. So the curious hand says when you gain this, a random survivor gains 1 insanity. 1, 2, 3, 4, Perseus. So he's got 7 now. And we get 4 basic resources. Shuffle this up real good. And remember, we already have a Flying Claw and a Monster Bone. We also get an organ, love juice, a question mark, and a hide. That's a good draw. And that is the end of this showdown. So, not bad. We got a little hairy at the end. For some reason, the dice will not roll for me. I actually believe it's this green matting. People have superstitions. I believe this green matting is killing me. So the next time we play, I think I'm going to remove it. And we're going to roll on the white box. Or maybe we can roll on the brown. We'll see what we do. But it's definitely not going to be this green matting. I'm taking it out. I'm declaring that it's unlucky. All right. Awesome. The end of the showdown for Lantern Year 7. We will start the settlement phase of Lantern Year 8 on the next video. Thanks for watching.